Welcome, my friends, to a place where we share inspiration and positivity. Welcome, everyone, to our latest video where we'll be exploring timeline of sustainable energy research 2020 to the present. This timeline of sustainable energy research from 2020 to the present documents research and development in renewable energy, solar energy, and nuclear energy, particularly regarding energy production that is sustainable within the Earth system. Events currently not included in the timelines include a goal-codifying policy about commercialization of, adoptions of, deployment statistics of, announced developments of, announced funding for and dissemination of sustainable energy technologies and infrastructure systems research about related phase-outs in general such as about the fossil fuel phase-out research about relevant alternative technologies such as in transport, HVAC, refrigeration, passive cooling, heat pumps and district heating research about related public awareness, media, policy making and education research about related geopolitics, policies, and integrated strategies. In the next segment, we'll be exploring 2022 and its implications for our subject matter. A study provides results of simulations and analysis of transactive energy mechanisms to engage the large-scale deployment of flexible distributed energy resources such as air conditioners, water heaters, batteries, and electric vehicles in the operation of the electric power system. Get ready for an enlightening exploration as we dig into 2022 and understand its role in the broader context. Researchers describe a novel strategy to create a global, sustainable, interconnected energy system based on deep ocean compressed hydrogen transportation. In this chapter, we'll be unraveling the enigma of microgrids and off-the-grid and discovering its transformative power. Researchers describe a way for inherently robust, scalable method of integration using multiple energy storage systems and distributed energy resources, which does not require any means of dedicated communication, improvised controls, which could make microgrids easy and low cost where they are needed most, such as during a power outage or after a disaster. Now, let's delve into the intricacies of solar power and explore its various aspects. Thermopritor reported timeline of research solar cell energy conversion efficiencies since 1976 National Renewable Energy Laboratory section Hittermelin of solar cells Earth. Moving ahead, let's uncover the hidden gems within high-altitude and space-based solar power and discover their significance. Ongoing research and development projects include SSPSOMEGA, SPSALPHA, and the Solaris program. Turning our focus to 2020, let's explore its key elements. The U.S. Naval Research Laboratory conducts its first test of solar power generation in a satellite, the PRAM experiment aboard the Boeing X-37. With the groundwork laid, let's now examine 2023 and its connections to our previous discussions. Researchers demonstrate flexible organic solar cells on balloons in the 35 stratosphere. Caltech reports the first successful beaming of solar energy from space down to a receiver on the ground, via the MAPLE instrument on its SSPD-1 spacecraft, launched into orbit in January. In this part of the video, we'll be delving deeper into 2020 and analyzing its key components. A study concludes that deploying floating solar panels on existing hydro reservoirs could generate 4,251 to 10,616 TWh of global energy needs when not considering project siting constraints, local development regulations, economic or market potential and potential future technology improvements. Get ready for an exciting part as we dive into 2022. Researchers develop floating artificial leads for light-driven hydrogen and syngas fuel production. The lightweight, flexible perovskite devices are scalable and can float on water similar to lotus leaves. Now, let's shift our focus to 2023 and embark on an intellectual exploration of its various dimensions. An analysis concludes there is large potential to offer floating solar photovoltaics on reservoirs, at the upper range of the prior 2020 study see above. Prepare yourself for an eye-opening discussion on agrivoltaics in the upcoming portion of this video. 2021 An improved agrivoltaic system with a grooved glass plate is demonstrated. 2021 A report reviews several studies about the potential of agrivoltaics, which partly suggest high potential of agrivoltaics as a viable and efficient technology and outline concerns for refinements to the technology. 2022 researchers report the development of greenhouses or solar modules by a startup that generate electricity from a portion of the spectrum of sunlight, allowing spectra that interior plants use to pass through. 2023 demonstration of another agrivoltaic greenhouse which outperforms a conventional glass roof greenhouse. University press release. Brace yourselves for the next chapter, where we'll be dissecting early earths. Hydrogels are used to develop systems that capture moisture, e.g. at night in a desert, to cool solar panels or to produce fresh water, including for irrigating crops, as demonstrated in solar panel integrated systems where these have been enclosed next to or beneath the panels within the system. The time has come to unravel the secrets behind 2021 and gain a deeper understanding. A study using simulations finds that large-scale vertical-axis wind turbines could outcompete conventional horizontal-axis wind farm turbines. Scientists report that due to decreases in power generation efficiency of wind farms downwind of offshore wind farms, cross-national limits and potentials for optimization need to be considered in strategic decision-making. Researchers report, based on simulations, how large wind farm performance can be significantly improved using Windbrooks. The world's first fully autonomous commercial airborne wind energy system, an airborne wind turbine, is launched by a company. A U.S. congressionally directed report concludes that the resource potential of wind energy available to AWE systems is likely similar to that available to traditional wind energy systems, but that AWE would need significant further development before it could deploy at meaningful scales at the national level. With the foundation laid, let's embark on a journey into 2023. First, Kubaya TLP floating airborne wind turbine systems, possibly as part of a new wave of startups in this area. Completion of the first functional 105 meters tall more modular Movian wooden wind turbine is reported. As we transition, let's shed light on 2024 and its relevance to our ongoing exploration. Minesto's Dragon 12 underwater tidal kite turbines are demonstrated successfully, connected to the Faroe Islands power grid. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting 2022 and exploring its implications in greater detail. Researchers increase water electrolysis performance of renewable hydrogen via capillary-fed electrolysis cells. A novel energy-efficient strategy for hydrogen release from liquid hydrogen carriers with the potential to reduce costs of storage and transportation is reported. Researchers report the development of a potential efficient, secure and convenient method to separate, purify, store and transport large amounts of hydrogen for energy storage in renewables-based energy systems as power using ball milling. A way method for hydrogen production from the air, useful for off-the-grid settings, is demonstrated. A novel type of effective hydrogen storage using readily available salts is reported. An electrolysis system for viable hydrogen production from seawater without requiring a pre-desalination process is reported, which could allow for more flexible and less costly hydrogen production. Chemical engineers report a method to substantially increase conversion efficiency and reduce material costs of green hydrogen production by using sound waves during electrolysis. Without further ado, let's move on to the topic of 2023. Separate teams of researchers report substantial improvements to green hydrogen production methods, enabling higher efficiencies and durable use of untreated seawater. A DVGW report suggests gas pipeline infrastructures in Germany are suitable to be repurposed to transport hydrogen, showing limited corrosion. A concentrated solar to hydrogen device approaching viability is demonstrated. Record solar to hydrogen efficiencies using photoelectrochemical cells are reported. In this part of the video, we'll be diving deep into 2021 and unraveling its profound impact. Engineers report the development of a prototype wave energy converter that is twice as efficient as similar existing experimental technologies, which could be a major step towards practical viability of tapping into the sustainable energy source. A study investigates how tidal energy could be best integrated into the Orkney energy system. A few days earlier, a review assesses the potential of tidal energy in the UX energy systems, finding that it could, according to their considerations that include an economic cost-benefit analysis, deliver 30-40 or 11% of its energy demand. Brace yourself for a deep dive into 2022 as we explore its impact and relevance in our evolving narrative. In a paywalled article, scientists provide imaging and model analysis to reveal main causes, mechanics, and potential mitigations of the prevalent lithium-ion battery degradation overcharge cycles. Now, let's redirect our focus towards 2023 and discover its significance in our narrative. In two studies, researchers report that substitution of PET adhesive tapes could self-discharge in the widely used lithium-ion batteries, extending battery life. Let's now shift gears and explore thermal energy storage through a critical lens, uncovering its strengths and weaknesses. 2022 researchers report the development of a system that combines the MOST solar thermal energy storage system that can store energy for 18 years with a chip-sized thermoelectric generator to generate electricity from it. Let's now enter the realm of novel and emerging types and discover the fascinating stories it has to tell. 2021, a company generates its first power from a gravity battery at a site in Edinburgh. Other gravity batteries are also under construction by other companies. 2022, a study describes using lifts and empty apartments in tall buildings to store energy, estimating global potential around 30 to 300 GW. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of 2022 and exploring its real-world applications. A study describes a way by which geothermal power plants within their reservoirs for dispatch to better help manage intermittency of solar and wind. University press release. Let's now zoom in on 2020 and uncover the hidden gems that lie within. Reviews about WHR in the aluminium industry and cement industry are published. Let's now venture into the realm of 2023 and explore the fascinating intricacies it holds. A report by the company Danfoss estimates use excess heat recovery potential, suggesting there is huge, unharnessed potential and that action could involve initial mapping of existing waste heat sources. Get ready for an exciting exploration as we unravel the mysteries of 2020. Scientists report the development of microdroplets for algal cells or synergistic algal bacterial multicellular spheroid microbial reactors capable of producing oxygen as well as hydrogen via photosynthesis in daylight under air. In the following section, we'll be immersing ourselves in the captivating world of 2022. Researchers report the development of printed nano-skyscraper electrodes that house cyanobacteria for extracting substantially more sustainable bioenergy from their photosynthesis than before. News outlets report about the development of algae bipenols by a company for sustainable energy generation with unclear viability after other researchers built the self-powered house prototype in 2013. As we transition to the next segment, let's unravel the mysteries surrounding 2023 and gain a fresh perspective. A bacterial hydrogenase enzyme, HUC, for biohydrogen energy from the air is reported. In the upcoming portion, we'll be dissecting general to gain a comprehensive understanding of its implications. Research about sustainable energy in general or across different types. In this segment, we'll be unraveling the complexities of other energy need reductions and exploring its multifaceted nature. Research and development of technical means to substantially or systematically reduce need for energy beyond smart grids. Educational technology such as about differential environmental impacts of diets, transportation infrastructure, bicycles and rail transport, and conventional improvements of energy efficiency on the level of the energy system. Get ready for a thought-provoking discussion as we delve into 2020 and its impact on our understanding. A study shows a set of different scenarios of minimal energy requirements for providing decent living standards globally, finding that according to their models, assessments and data by 2050 global energy use could be reduced to 1960 levels despite sufficiency still being materially relatively generous. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore 2022 through a fresh lens, unlocking new perspectives. A trial of estimated financial energy costs of refrigerators alongside EU Energy Efficiency Class EEC labels online finds that the approach of labels involves a trade-off between financial considerations and higher cost requirements in effort or time for the product selection from the many available options which are often unlabeled and don't have any EEC requirement for being bought, used or sold within the EU. In this section, we'll be shedding light on 2020 and its impact on our understanding of the subject. Researchers report that mining for renewable energy production will increase threats to biodiversity and publish a map of areas that contain needed materials as well as estimations of their overlaps with key biodiversity areas, remaining wilderness and protected areas. The authors assess that careful strategic planning is needed. As we progress through this video, let's now turn our gaze towards 2021. Neodymium, an essential rare earth element REE, plays a key role in making permanent magnets for wind turbines. Demand for REEs is expected to double by 2035 due to renewable energy growth, posing environmental risks, including radioactive waste from their extraction. In the following section, we'll be immersing ourselves in the captivating world of 2023. A study finds that the world has enough rare earths and other raw materials to switch from fossil fuels to renewable energy. A new viable lithium-ion battery recycling method is reported. A study suggests incentives and regulations are needed for producers to design solar panels that can be more easily recycled. University press release. As we transition, let's shed light on 2020 and its relevance to our ongoing exploration. Researchers assess to what extent international law and existing policies support the practice of a proactive knowledge management system that enables systematic addressing of uncertainties about the environmental effects of seabed mining via regulations that, for example, enable the International Seabed Authority to actively engage in generating and synthesizing information. Without wasting any more time, let's jump into the fascinating world of 2021. A moratorium on deep-sea mining until rigorous and transparent impact assessments are carried out is enacted at the 2021 World Congress of the International Union for the Conservation of Nature IUCN. However, the effectiveness of the moratorium may be questionable as no enforcement mechanisms have been set up, planned or specified. Researchers have outlined why there is a need to avoid mining the deep sea, nor requested the ISA to finalize rules so that the metals company be approved to begin work in 2023. China's COMRI tested its polymetallic nodules collection system at 4,200 feet of depth in the East and South China Seas. The Daeong IHO was exploring the Clarion-Clipperton Zone CCZ for China min metals when it crossed into the U.S. Exclusive Economic Zone near Hawaii, where for 5 days it looped south of Honolulu without having requested entry into U.S. waters. Belgian company Global Sea Mineral Resources GSR and the German Federal Institute for Geosciences and Natural Resources BGR conduct a test in the CCZ with a prototype mining vehicle named Pioneer 2. This test was the first of its kind since the late ERS. Now, let's dig deeper into 2022 and unveil the hidden treasures it holds within. Impossible Metals announces its first underwater robotic vehicle, Eureka 1, has completed its first trial of selectively harvesting polymetallic nodule rocks from the seabed to help address the rising global need for metals for renewable energy system components, mainly batteries. Let's now shift our focus to 2023 and explore the ways in which it shapes our perspective. Supporters of mining were led by Norway, Mexico, and the United Kingdom, and supported by the metals company. Chinese prospecting ship Daeonghao prospected in China licensed areas in the Clarion-Clipperton zone. As we progress, let's shine a spotlight on 2024 and examine its intricate interplay within our topic. Norway approved commercial deep-sea mining. 80% of Parliament voted to approve. On February 7, 2024, the European Parliament voted in favour of a motion for resolution, expressing environmental concerns regarding Norway's decision to open vast areas in Arctic waters for deep-sea mining activities and reaffirming its support for a moratorium. In July 2024, at the 29th General Assembly of the International Seabed Authority in Kingston, Jamaica, 32 countries united against the imminent start of mining for metallic nodules on the seafloor. In his address titled Upholding the Common Heritage of Humankind, President Sarangel South Whips Jr. of Power highlighted the critical need to protect the deep ocean from exploitation and modern-day colonialism. Get ready to uncover the mysteries surrounding maintenance as we navigate its intriguing terrain. Maintenance of sustainable energy systems could be automated, standardized, and simplified, and the required resources and efforts for such get reduced via research relevant for their design and processes like waste management. In this chapter, we'll be unraveling the enigma of 2022 and discovering its transformative power. Researchers demonstrate electrostatic dust removal from solar panels. As we venture forward, let's examine 2021 in detail and gain a deeper appreciation for its significance. A review finds that the pace of cost decline of renewables has been underestimated and that an open cost database would greatly benefit the energy scenario community. A 2022 study comes to similar conclusions. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on 2022 and its role in shaping our understanding. A study investigates funding allocations for public investment in energy research, development, and demonstration. It provides insights about that may be relevant to adjusting or facilitating investment in clean energy to come close to achieving meaningful global decarbonization, suggesting advancement of impactful. Let's now zoom in on 2020 and uncover the hidden gems that lie within. A study suggests that all sector defossilization can be achieved worldwide, even for nations with severe conditions. The study suggests that integration impacts depend on demand profiles, flexibility, and storage costs. Moving ahead, let's uncover the hidden gems within 2021 and discover their significance. Researchers develop an energy system model for 100% renewable energy, examining feasibility and grid stability in the US. In the following segment, we'll be examining 2022 in greater detail. A revised or updated version of a major worldwide 100% renewable energy proposed plan and model is published. Researchers review the scientific literature on 100% renewable energy, addressing various issues, outlining open research questions, and concluding there to be growing consensus, research, and empirical evidence concerning its feasibility worldwide. As we enter this new phase, let's uncover the impact of 2023 on our broader topic. Moria's study indicates that in building heating in the EU, the feasibility of staying within planetary boundaries is possible only with green hydrogen heating being times more expensive than heat pump costs. A separate study indicates that replacing gas boilers with heat pumps is the fastest way to cut German gas consumption, despite gas industry lobbyists and politicians at the time making the case for hydrogen amid some policy changes, for which the former study revealed a need to mitigate increased costs consumers. Have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future videos? Let me know in the comments.